Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Rules 1 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the British forces. We have Svenska, krigsmakten. Spawning as his teammate as the British player, we have Hank the Tank. Spawn as opponent as the Wehrmacht player with NorkeN. And his teammate as the Panzer Elite player, we have Jagdgeschwader52. And he doesn't have Geschwader52 since he's commanding as Panzer Elite, so I'm not so sure what that name actually stands for. Does anybody speak German in the chat? Can you tell me what this name means?
Speed governors have been upgraded on HQ trucks.
Because the best thing I can get is a Hunts Geschwader. I do have speed governor upgrade. Second intersection has been pointed out. But he's going to use his teammates' control zone for faster mobility. I'll get tanks or NG doctrine. Oh, Royal Engineers. That's what he meant. So it looks like he has declared going for Royal Engineers. You want RD or Commandos? It's usually safe to go for RD. Wait, 2 NG docs? RD. For you, RD? Okay, I think... Okay, he's going... Okay, we've got Royal Artillery and Royal Engineers. Scope Rifles now making their advance. Both HQs, of course, has been packed on up. This one is making towards perhaps this munitions point here since it has been captured. This other one of his teammates, I don't see the star on the map. Actually, it's way down here, so on this munitions point here. So they're both going very far forward, very far south. The northern VP will be secured by the Axis players, no problem. But the middle VP will be the contested one. This scope rifle squad will get pinned and forced back G43s, MG42, and the MG42 on the motorcycle. Lots of firepower there. Pioneers going around capturing some points. The VP being captured up by the Pioneers. This truck has set up on the central munitions point. It's a risky location. Maybe a bit safe to go for this right here. His teammate needs to start streaming reinforcements to support his teammate as soon as possible. Need a hand? Yes, he does. Definitely needs a hand. He pushed way too far forward. His he needs to capture that point as soon as possible. He can't reinforce his teammate ultra well until this point is captured. And his fresh reinforcements, his guys are going to be slowed down in these areas until this point and this point being captured as well. He pushed too far forward, I would say, too quickly. Nothing to say about Icarus. He flew too close to the sun. In this case, designated marksman has deployed on the machine gunner. But he will continue to try and suppress him here until this MG42 is displaced there. Oh, retreats back to... He packed up his HQ to retreat back to his teammate's HQ command truck. That's exactly what he did there. They won't have any munitions come from, or fuel come from the southern points until it has to reset on up. But at least he has a fighting chance in the center map until that time. He's able to retreat back now. He needs to focus on that MG42 Volksgrenadier. He could let the MG42 get decrewed to allow the Volksgrenadier to reclaim it. Motorcycle still in the region, and the Volksgrenadier are behind heavy cover. Motorcycle is being repaired on up by the Pioneers. This point has been re-established. Fresh captain being deployed out. That captain needs me to go to that fuel point, capture it up, and perhaps deploy out a slit trench for a good hard point to support his teammate. One of them needs to get out of triage center in this region as soon as possible as well. 1 for casualty recovery, 2 for forward healing. Both of those are going to be very, very important. The blue Brit player could actually deploy out triage center to support his teammate, so he can spend more munitions to support him, while the green can be a bit more aggressive with his forces. And blue can be the defensive one, relying on his teammate's HQ. Kaliningrad will not be able to capture up this munitions point because it is currently locked down. but he is going to go straight for the fuel point. Both Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers engaging this flanking scoped rifle squad.
Secure our fuel dump.
And we'll go ahead and fall back. We've got triple scope rifles deployed out, so... And he's the one who's gone for Royal Engineers, which means if he gets the increased munitions income, he'll have a lot of designated marksmen. Panzer Grenadier squad is falling back. Looks like got some Bren guns for the blue brick player. As right now, they need a triage center. They need forward healing, I would say. I think he's going for a captain or a lieutenant there. Triage center being deployed out by his teammate, which would be very good. Maybe going out a slit trench here and there would be helpful as well. At least get a slit trench for the lieutenants. If you have a lieutenant to pull out with a scope rifle squads, as the M242 does suppress the Bren gunner. Bren gunner could be just defensive. Stay inside his trench and hold the line for his teammate. Panzer Grenadiers are falling on back now. We do have a mortar emplacement that has been spotted by the motorcycle, and we got a pan struck by the Grenadier squad, preventing that mortar placement being being completed. 2 casualties recovered, very nice. And I do have the lieutenant engaging the motorcycle at long range. Armor car has been deployed on out, which can really lock down the sector. They need a Bofors or 17-pounder as soon as possible. Slit trenches wouldn't be half bad as well, very durable, and the intersections can just whittle away against the armor car. And deploy it right here and get in range of the triage center. Mortar emplacement trying to be built once again. Looks like one of the medic models do go down. Both medic models appear to be gone down. And incendiary mortars now raining on in. Bren gunner is still suppressed. And reads a deadly mortar hit there. Mortar emplacement's about ready to be completed. And now we do got the scope rifle squad on the flank, but needs to fall back relatively soon. Needs healing from the casualty clearing station. We do have a support truck, likely meant for a steward. Or for Piets, from a sapper. Scope rifles do get inspired by the nearby lieutenant, because the lieutenant is at Infantry 1. Claims M242 for his own purposes, which is actually pretty good. And does this cancel that bunker for casualty recovery bunker. Motorcycle has gone down, I think, to the scope rifles. Nope. Went down to the, or not, I was actually meaning to say the grenade launchers, but it was to the scope rifles. Two 222s have been deployed out. Lieutenant severely wounded, and scope and rifle grenades are being fired on out, getting some good splash damage on these forces, but it definitely does need healing. Royal artillery has now been selected, and now officer artillery is available for blue. Over here, we've got the scope rifles trying to capture the fuel point. Up north, we do have a single pioneer laying down some field fortifications. And here comes the officer artillery. Good hits there by the mortar replacement, and the scope rifle squad does fall back in time. Medic charging on forward, does get gunned down there by the 222s. There are 2 down casualties there. The other medic may rush forward, but no, he's bringing back his own casualty. And so far, that must be a fresh squad right there. Yeah, 0 kills, so that's actually a fresh squad. And 342 could push forward to his heavy cover. And of course, I've got some mine's wire there being cut by this Piet squad.
Ready for action. Ready to move.
Sappers deployed on out. And we do have two snipers here. And that is a repair bunker, not a casualty recovery bunker. Why would it be a good idea to go for a casualty recovery bunker to get more grenadiers? Great more hit there onto the P8 squad. Scope rifles making their advance. There are 3 squads here, so if he's built enough munitions, he's able to pick off a single squad of 3-man Panzer Grenadiers. I think that's what he's trying to do right there, but couldn't finish it off in time. 2 squad of rifle grenades are here as well, which can be very deadly. Rifle grenades work well in mass numbers, so of course like the scope rifles. Not so much Bren, so just general. Mortar does get a great hit there on those forces. Fall back, follow those squads. Snipers engaging as well. The snipers can be picked off by the designated marksmen of the scoped rifles. And got a bunch of unbuilt trenches here, or almost complete trenches, just in case. 17-pounder, 25-pounder being deployed on out right there. And up north, we do have the scope rifles being engaged by the 222s, which they can get quickly ripped apart there. The scope rifle squad could potentially get wiped out depending on what the 222s do, but it looks like they are not really pursuing. And now we do have 17-pounder deployed out. He is going for Royal Engineers, and if he's gone on the left line or the right line, this will be a bit more resilient. 2 Grenadiers, both of them with a Panzertruck each. You only need 1 each for the time being. Once it gets 2, you have a chance of dropping them, but if there's only 1, you have to get a full squad loss in order to drop 1. Senior Mortar does miss the MG team. 17-pounder set up in a good position there.
QM's just distributed supercharged rounds to the artillery.
So supercharged rounds. So he's gone down for the right line, I believe, for the Royal Artillery. I was gonna, that's right or left. By the way, let's go ahead and switch over to his teammate. Actually, we need to take a better look at that emplacement, see if he got the improvement emplacements. 222s are skirting around, does avoid the rifle grenades, does avoid the button as well. Yep, that is the improved. You can see by the planks. So he has gone for Royal Artillery or Royal Engineers. So switch over to the Wehrmacht player, who appears not selected doctrine just yet. And just escalated the assault phase, so we may see some Stugs relatively soon. Of course, got the Panzerjäger command. His teammate is going for Panther research now. Panthers, of course, are pretty much a staple for Panzer Elite. Snipers backing away. We do have a medic recovery bunker for the Wehrmacht player. Scope rifles are making their advance with the support of the lieutenant, but he does fall back entirely. We do have these forces started skirting around the flanks. We do have some Volksgrenadiers protecting the flanks as well, as the Pioneers continue laying down field fortifications. Pioneers are relatively cheap, and you can, if your opponent's not going to make any sort of advance up north, might as well make sure he doesn't gain any ground at any point possible. But the scoop rifles does get fully wiped. P8s do fall back. That may be in the score of a captain. I guess not. I thought I saw like the captain improved icon over it. But I may have been mistaken. Down south, we do have the Bren gunners and the scope or rifle grenades pushing the way forward. These guys are quite bunched up. That was a pretty good rifle grenade right there. And now I've got some officer artillery. He does fall back to Grenadiers and very, very quickly. And it looks like the recovery bunker does go down to the mortar emplacement. Panzer Grenadiers trying to repair up the 222. As the Piet squads... Was that a 25 pounder barrage there? Huh. Volksgrenadier decaptured the central VP. They will not be able to capture it. Veteran C1 looks like available for the infantry for Wehrmacht. And here's some more artillery rounds. Getting direct hits there onto the bunker itself. Which I don't think that's an upgraded bunker. It could be a repair bunker. Yeah, that is definitely a repair bunker because we saw that upgrade earlier. Once you get sustained so much damage, you start losing all the extra bits. That may indicate what type of bunker it is. Oh, landmines being pulled out by some sappers. Very nice.
Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
He does spot the repair engineer laying down some landmines. It's likely not fully built, but potentially is fully built. It's hard to tell.
The enemy is attempting to seize a fuel point from us.
And good rifle grenade there. He does find one of the sapper landmines. Both he's gone for accuracy 222s, which can rip them apart, and a herd of roadblocks as well. So he's gone for scorched earth. The Wehrmacht player has not selected just yet, and the captain does go down. 25 pounders start to engage. Scope rifles pushing their way forward, forcing back the mortar half track. And looks like the fatherland has been activated, so he's gone for defensive. If anything, that does also affect the repair engineers. And a command Carmo has been spotted by everybody, including us. Patrick will fall back as well. G43 takes a bit of a more poor retreat. Rifle grenade squad may go down. No retreat there. Very late retreat there. And, oh, sniper got a good hit there on the lieutenant, but doesn't take him out. Just barely not enough damage. Panthers pushing their way forward, trying to open up this base location, allow them to start capturing some of these side points. Fuel point is currently decaptured as well. Not a huge issue because both sides tend to float a lot of fuel. Nice pan truck shot there. Rifle grenades get some good hits there onto the grenadiers. Looks like the heroic charge has been activated, trying to rush down these forces. Maybe starting for some scope rifle shots. Maybe trying to run down the sniper. I hear a bunch of explosions. Looks like a warframe has been deployed now by the Wehrmacht player.
We are losing ground.
And now we've got a artillery barrage into the Wehrmacht's base, getting some great hits all across the line. He may have lost a grenadier there. No, both grenadiers are still alive. Oof, the Volksgrenadiers and the grenadiers, everything's getting hit hard. Triage Center healing up, not the Triage Center, Casualty Clearing Station healing up these forces, getting much needed health. And going for Royal Engineers, it will net them a lot of extra munitions point. And I may have the 17 power selected while switching players, so now there's a permanent reticle. So now you know where that reticle is at all times. Panthers starting to make their advance. Firefly, inspired by the command tank, is in the region. Is getting overhealed by this repair sapper. Still at full health. Still at over health. And the Piet does roll a miss there, so does that one. And now the Firefly is in hot pursuit, now less than full health. Two-two's making an advance, does take out the captured MG42. And we may see some pan-struck shots into this mortar emplacement. Does take out the mortar emplacement. They're direct hit there by the 25 pounder. Grenadier squad will be falling back. The Bren Gunner could potentially finish off that squad. No, he does not. Panther main gun destroyed, severely wounded. Firefly still has plenty of health, fires and takes out the the regular Panther. 2-2 is coming to support as well. A lot of good opportunities here, but the Firefly finds the 2-2. And we still got some overheals there. Takes out the vet 2-2, leaving his other 2-2 to engage, which is Veteran C3. Got another Warpman half-track upgrade. There is left-handed support these infantry sections. And repair saps coming in. Great hit there by the Warpman. Holy crap, that was a really good hit. Didn't get a squad wipe, but was pretty close. And now we do have a Hummel being deployed on the field. And now we do have Vet 1 vehicles for the defensive player, which is going to be useful for the 251s and for the Pack 38 and for the Pack Flak 36 88mm. Artillery barrage raiding on in over here. Takes out, no, does not take out the 70-pounder. Is severely wounded, however. Panzer Grenadiers making an advance. They have the 4-man upgrade, which makes them very resilient and able to recapture that MG42 without losing squad entirely. Good hits there onto the G43 squads, force them back. Does decapture Central VP, doesn't scorch it. It is Scorched Earth. Fuel point has been captured with Volksgrenadiers, and the Red Grenadiers should be engaged with no problem. That is a British landmine there, not swept or tripped. 2 Fireflies supported by the command tank. A lot of surface area for the command tank to hide. And the Fireflies if needed as well. Big assault here. Rifle grenades and Peeps are raining on in. This Volksgrenadier severely wounded will get fully gunned down. Warferman gets some great hits in there. Forces back the assault, does lose the Volksgrenadiers. That was his last remaining Volksgrenadier. Ooh, and looks like the 70-pounder has gone down to the Warferman. The other Warferman. The armor cars receiving quite a bit of fire there, is pulling back. Fireflies making their advance. That one did receive a hit there, so it's actually not healed. This one may be overhealed. Mortar half-track receiving quite a bit of fire there. Panther, lone Panther is advancing. Pack 38 in the region as well. Panther is also here support as well, splitting the fire. Good hits there onto the one Panther. Both of them are severely wounded. Panther does not get another shot off, gets a shot off on the infantry. Pack 38 rolls a miss as well. And these Panzers couldn't make the advance either. We have a Panzer Command being deployed on out right there. Ran out of surface area, perhaps we want to avoid the artillery barrages. Warfermen firing up a barrage. Case on this infrastructure as well, the 25-pounders. Huge wave of British infantry advancing, but lost one of the squads there. Lost a Grenadier squad, but the defensive MGs are actually doing some work. And with the extra suppression there, these guys could not advance thanks to the defensive emplacement MG. One of the few times where the defensive doctrines MGs actually was useful. Third 251 being deployed now, likely for more Warfermen. Homo running some barrages around here. I'm not so sure where. Gets a good hit there on the Treehouse Center. Not Treehouse Center, Casualty Clearing Station. Same difference at this point. And it looks like we've got an Overwatch barrage. A sector Overwatch. I'm not so sure where is Overwatching. Maybe in this sector here.
They're hitting our base.
I hear another Warframe barrage, I believe. We've got a Flak 88 deployed on out as well. Looks like both these structures have gone down. We're just remaining this defensive emplacement, but it is being picked off as well. Scope is making an advance, does get spotted. And it does spot what remains. The Camp Graph Center is actually fully repaired as well, so it too can provide suppressive fire if this one does go down. Knight's Crossholder is being deployed out by the Wehrmacht player. He does have, I don't know what veterans in his infantry. Last time I checked, it was veterans 1, and I think that's still the case. 2 lieutenants in this region making their advance. One of them's only vetted, the other one's unvetted, so can't do a heroic charge himself. Piets do firing in. Lieutenant may have just went down right there. Yep, dead lieutenant. That was the vetted ones. No heroic charge remaining. And now the base defensive MGs now starting to engage. They're currently at a slow pace because the lieutenant's not properly supporting these guys. Another base MG's pushing the way forward. These guys got suppressed by something. I think the officer's going to try to charge forward with officer artillery barrage right there. These guys are getting suppressed and now being ripped apart by the 2-2. Panthers coming in as well, which will stop the Piets from advancing. These guys are getting suppressed and pinned. Those are, yeah, the officer artillery does run out, and some of the light vehicles are being destroyed as well. The British infantry are falling back, overextended, but more and more artillery does take out the Flak 80 entirely. We do have Veterancy 2 Knight's Crossholders deployed on out, and another Grenadier being deployed out by the Wehrmacht player.
We are losing ground.
Whom they don't need any more Panther Shreks. There's a lot of Fireflies here, which the Panthers will get overwhelmed. So, yeah, they do need anti-tank, but and there's 2 Hummels here as well, so they got a lot of artillery. And here comes the Warframen's getting some great damage all across these Fireflies. One Firefly's almost down. Firefly goes down for Workman. Hummel gets a direct hit to take out another Firefly. This last one has damaged engine as well. The Hummel's barrage coming when that goes down. Repair engineers do go down. They got slaughtered by the artillery. 222 does go down. Actually, a mortar half-track may have took out one of those tanks. Nope, the mortar half-track's actually fully dead. Oof, that Brit lost a lot of forces due to those Warframen's. Fresh Flak 88 as well. And if they get spotting, that could be a dead Firefly. I believe that may be in range. It's hard to say. It's pretty close to the edge of the radius, that's for sure. The sniper, unvetted. We got a Churchill here. These are British landmines as well. Having the sniper just simply stealth in, remain camouflage, get behind the sedge line would be very good in order to just spot the Flak 88. Spotting the Flak 88 would be more important than getting off a kill here and there. Good hits there on the Churchill. These are British landmines, which will be detonated by him. Flak 88 does get spotted. We may see officer artillery. Yeah, we do see officer artillery, and Flak and the 17 pounders also engaged as well. Flak Ordnance are engaged, as well as another Knight's Crossholder being blown out. The other Knight's Crossholder has gone down. Warframen's are now receiving some artillery barrels themselves. They're all quite wounded. These guys are all quite wounded. I think that model gone down. Let's switch over to the Panzer League player, because there may be sector artillery. No, we don't see sector artillery yet. So these are all Hummel barrages that ran on in. Though that could have been friendly fire. Defensive MGs actually providing their worth and use once again. Another Grenadier being deployed on out. He's lost a lot of Grenadiers, that's for sure. He's trying to go out for a slit trench in front of the base. It's not going to be very useful. That is actually a 17 pounder, not a Firefly. I don't know why. I heard the shots thinking it was a Firefly, but that was actually a 17 pounder deployed right there. That's quite bold. Let's switch over to the Brits. Bit curious of what they have at the moment. This player has, the Royal Engineer player does have 2 Fireflies, the command tank, and a Churchill. 70 pounder is getting some shots in. That is from the Royal Artillery player as well. And Sector Artillery is sort of hitting his own 70 pounder a little bit. That shot does get some minor splash there. These forces are quite wounded, need some healing there. Knight's Crossroader will be forced to fall back. It does take out the Camp Graf Center there, which could be very important. Prevents any additional levels of veterancy, and these half tracks are now only have veterancy 1. Panic track has been brought out, which will clean up that 17 pounder. No, it does fall back a little bit early. Hummel does get a good hit there onto the 17 pounder.
Contact reports indicate the Germans just lost a tank.
Germans just lost a tank. I'm not so sure what tank went down. We do have the Panther still alive. And here comes Warfram and takes up the lieutenant. The other British player has 3 17 pounders. Or 3 25 pounders, 1 17 pounder. Ooh, there goes. That's a creeping barrage into that base. And now we've got 3 Panthers deployed out by the Panzer League player. Let's see, 3 25 pounders, 3 intersections, 2, 1 of each weapon type. Repair sapper, Piet sapper. And he may have actually deployed out a 30 cal. Yeah, he has deployed out a 30 cal emplacement, a Vickers emplacement. Another 25 pounder being deployed out. That'd be a 4th 25 pounder. That's a lot of 25 pounders. I could use a 25 pounder sandwich right now. I'm getting a bit hungry. 25 pound sandwich. Okay, that was a stupid joke.
Destroyed a German target.
Let's switch over back to. Not sure who's just like. We'll probably select the Wehrmacht player because he does have access to the rocket barrage and a lot of munitions, so let's keep him selected. A sniper could camouflage forward. He does have the sniper still available. Perhaps stealth forward and call in a rocket barrage. Panther severely wounded does fall back. Receive a lot of hits, however, and now the Fireflies are in pursuit. The Wehrmacht player's base is gutted. No more base defensive MGs from the structures. Flak 88 does get a good hit there onto the Firefly, but still has to be healed up. Warframin's raining on in. Get a hit there. Up north, we got the Panthers engaging the Churchill. The Churchill is good and dead right now.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
And Night Crossroads advancing. Flak 88 severely wounded. Flak Irving getting some good hits as well, killing Vector C1. That may have been a squad wipe right there. Yeah, he's sacrificing these squads, so that's a big mistake. A Humo actually went down right there, and the Flak 88 goes down as well. A Broken Tika wouldn't be half bad to recover that. Humo. And maybe some other stuff while at it. Nice Crossroads sustaining a bit too much fire there, need to fall back. Still all 3 models remaining, so he needs to use a medical crates, and 3 models remaining, almost no health remaining though. That's a bit more than crippling depression before he is being exposed to. Panthers are advancing, hold down Fireflies, does take out one of the Panthers there. The Fireflies are quite wounded. This one has not hauled down or has packed back up. And a rocket barrage has been called on in somewhere. Right onto these forces. Getting a great hit there onto the repair engineer. Getting some great hits there. Doesn't take out any of these Fireflies. They're severely wounded, but none of them goes down, which is actually a bit of a shame. Has enough munitions for another barrage as well. Has one another fire pioneer. Has 2 Knights Crossholders out as well, so there's a lot of Knights Crossholders. Sniper here, perfect for spotting. Panther does go down to the Firefly. Now there's a Vet 2 command tank. scope rifles will get overran by the Knights Crossholders, but they will like capture the point before potentially getting wiped right now. There's an MG42 right here. The sniper, not the sniper, the Panther could take a shot into the gun itself, taking it out. The Knights Crossholders currently suppressed. The other one will be tagging him out, so both of them are currently decapitating the VP. And he has to fall back entirely. Relatively fresh Panzer Grenadiers and disables the point. And now here comes Scorched Earth. He's starting to booby trap the point as well. It may be in vision range. It's not in vision range of the MG42. Lieutenant, however, will spot it and does stop the booby trap. Third Knight's Crossholder has been deployed on out. And he's trying to repair up. Ooh! His own, what's it called? Sector artillery did him in right there. And does use a deploy designate marks him there, but that's the 4-man squad will prevent him from being wiped out with 3 of those squads there. It's just 2 right there for the time being. Orphan eyeing barrage, maybe on the MG42. Not so sure where though. Has radon in right here, largely missing, however. Over here, I just realized there's a big infantry advance here. For the Fatherland has been activated, reinforcing these guys. Medical crates have been utilized as well. This one's charging on forward. Perhaps I'm to go for that lieutenant. Knights Crossholders are holding the line quite well. They need reinforcements, of course. Was he a bit low on manpower? No, they just take a bit of time. It's a bit low on manpower and low on takes a long time to reinforce. Warframen's raining all from behind, largely missing. Got a bit unlucky that spread there. Bet 3 infantry now available, so these Knights Crossholders are very, very resilient. This one's not fully reinforced, but perhaps not take the time. It is fully healed. Starting to hold down some of these Fireflies. Good hit there. Panthers charging forward. And now we've got some rocket barrage running on in. Nope. Yeah, it is for the rocket barrage. Making the wipe there onto the repair sapper. Repair sapper will escape on out of there and largely missed the Panthers. He threw it down the middle of a 7-10 split, basically. He should have dropped it on top of the low health one. Likely you could have got the kill there. A lot of scope rifles here. I think that's a fresh one from the casualty clearing station. And here comes another Warframe barrage raining on in. Fireflies are severely wounded. Both of them are severely wounded. They need repairs. Lots of repairs. Not any anti-infantry asset in this region, but does receive a hit there from the Firefly. 2 repair sappers. They're able to repair up that Firefly in no time. But looks like the Hummel barrage is also raining short onto the other one, so unable to get any good hits in this region. And that's a great spot for a Hummel barrage, that's for sure. Over here, we've got another infantry advance. Knights Crossholders. 2 of them right there. The third one's in the middle of the map. Knights Crossholders are advancing. The infantry are not finding anything to really shoot at. They can't really engage the buildings. We've got officer artillery right there. Getting some nice suppression on one of the Knights Crossholders. They need to make sure to push farther forward now. This is for the Fatherland ability, which is relatively cheap for 45 munitions. And great hits there. Needs reinforcements. He can't retreat back. There's nowhere to retreat to. Loses one of the Knights Crossholders there. The other one does get gunned down as well. Big loss there. Over here, big infantry advance onto these weapons. Pack 30 getting overran as well. And the left-hand does get crushed. And a deadly hit there by the sector artillery wiping on rifle, one of the infantry sections, I believe. infantry still in this region.
Our base is under attack.
And they're not going to accomplish all too much there. The P is going to be slowly working away against the building, but that's about it. That's cross quarters. Ooh, here comes the warfare barrage. Danger close. Gets a lot of damage on his own HQ there, but Pioneer can't take a sweet time to repair it up. Or he could let it get destroyed and get even cheaper Pioneers. It looks like it has no emergency support weapons, so Pioneers will not be getting any health regen. Also, the central VP has been scorched still. It has been repaired, and there's a squad wipe from the sector artillery. Warfare will interrupt the repair as the Hummel start raging, throw some rounds in as well. That's cross orders making their advance, forcing back the scoped rifles. One more artillery is just running on. The flak today has been decrewed or rebuilt. I honestly don't know what it is at this point. Could have been abandoned at the current rate. How many 20? Okay, that's a 17 pounder there. Another 17 pounder there.
Our base is under attack.
That's a lot of artillery just firing on them constantly. Even now, the Panzer Elite infrastructure starting being focused down. Something's being deployed out there. Berkantiga, which can be useful to help recover some of these carcasses. Not sure what carcasses are there to recover. There, no, that's a Churchill carcass. 222 is being deployed right here to help support his teammate from being overran. Speaking of which, we got another wave of infantry ready to overrun him. There is there's down Hummel. And there's also Hummel and an interesting angle right there, which is perfect for his gun. He can use the travel hooks and have a good angle to fire against his opponent.
Stand at 100 points and dropping.
HQ is still being repaired on up. Pioneers a bit around the far side of the building. The Panzer Command here is the one that has the Pinto mount here. The Flak Irving has gone down. Looks like the scope rifle is going to claim themselves a Flak 88.
Unit down.
He may wipe out that squad. Flak 88 is rotating his gun around, receives a sniper shot there from this unit, and will decrew the Flak 88 before getting shots off. The Pioneer have gone down. We do have the Captain advancing, so we're making also artillery barrage from the Captain. That's crossroads trying to engage that Captain as the Brandon gunners are firing in return. So we got more officer artillery raining on in now. This may take out the HQ, which will allow him to pull out cheaper Pioneers, which is not necessarily a half bad thing, because he has Camp Craft Center and he has the Panzer Command. What more do you need? Cheap Pioneers to go along with it. I think it's cheap Pioneers, like it's cheaper, like a... I also don't know if it's any cheaper, now think about it. In Commander 2, the use of the stuff is cheaper. We've also got a hold down Churchill Crocodile in the mix with the hold down Sherman Fireflies. No hold down command tank. And the Knights Crossroads are receiving a lot of fire there. Hummel recovered by the Berkantiga. Firing a barrage there onto the Fireflies, I'm guessing. Fireflies are going to make their advance with the command tank. Churchill Crocodile is going to just stay in the region. Warframan's laying a barrage. It's going to be the wrong time since he really probably wants to hit these Fireflies. And he's hitting the last no location of the Fireflies. That's a horrendous timing right there. Direct hit there on the Hummel. Panther's severely wounded as well. 251 half-tracks can receive a bit of beating there. Panther receives another hit there. Does take out the Hummel, and the Goliath has a damaged engine next to everything. That sounds like a great time for a damaged engine on a Goliath. Both these have gone down, but the Bergantica is still alive and still quite healthy, so he's able to recover some of these carcasses, but receives a pair of pens there.
We have lost a unit.
Bergantica does go down to the Fireflies. At Flak 88, now's a good time to claim it, but there's no squads in the region to claim it without losing entirely. 222 does go down as well as the Hummel's getting focused on as well. That's maybe the end of the X players because they're losing a lot of assets. Another pair of Panthers been brought out by the Panzer Elite players. Looks like he freed up some population for that. He may be floating a bit of manpower. Pioneers have claimed the Flak 88, Veterancy 2 Flak 88. With the combined effort of the Flak 88 along with the Panthers, this could be enough to take what the X players need, and now he's holding down the Panthers at the wrong time. Wolferman's now raiding on an exact right time. The Brit player has overextended, now he's going to receive a lot of fire. Command tank has gone down. Firefly severely wounded. One of the Panthers have gone down. Infantry's advancing. Could use a button. Does button the Panther there. Takes up the other Firefly. Piets have a good angle there. 222 is in the region to take on those Piets. Flak 88 has gone down. I don't see what would be a map hack. It doesn't seem like a map hack. Churchill Crocodile being repaired up by the repair sappers. Panther is more than enough to deal with that Churchill Crocodile. So he doesn't get the rear armor. Hummel's now raining some rounds over here. Another Bergantica wouldn't be half bad. Wolferman's maybe off cooldown. Wolferman's are now advancing. A lot of carcasses here.
They're in our base. They're hitting our base.
Got some hits there as well.
Forward base.
Not so sure what they're mentioning. And looks like a lot of those repair engineers have gone down, which is a big loss. Wolferman's raining on in and getting some good hits. Churchill Crocodile has packed on up. Panther's also quite loaded as well. Churchill Crocodile has damaged engine. Panther's also quite wounded as well. The Piets could pose a threat if there are any Piets in the region. There is a command tank as well. Also bounce there, and the Churchill Crocodile does go down. Point got disabled in front of the scope rifles. Fresh Panther, this time from the Wehrmacht player. No Veterancy. Knights Crossholder also in the queue. You gotta be careful with the carcasses, because these carcasses are also quite valuable. I mean, there's a Bergantica, 2 Hummels, 2 Panthers, and a 222. There's a lot of carcasses there for the Panzer Elite player. Great hit there onto the Lieutenant. Lieutenant could get wiped out by the Knights Crossholders, but does not. Firefly carcass does go down. Knights Crossholders get a nice little flank there. Ooh, and got artillery raining on top of the Wolfermans. Hummel carcass does get destroyed. And Central VP is being repaired on up. The Axis players have only 34 tickets remaining, but the Brits have lost quite a bit of assets. 1 Firefly here. Let's take a quick look at everybody's income, stored income. After I see what that booby trap about, does avoid it. For the most part. A lot of fuel, a lot of munitions here. There's a lot of sector artillery. A lot of fuel, which is not saying a whole much, but you got quite a bit of manpower stored up here as well. And he's not even gotten a priest doctrine select or asset selected, so you could go for some priests. Though 25 pounders, of course, are cheaper, but less mobile. But the 25 pounders have not really been under siege this entire game. He has 4 25 pounders, so he doesn't need any more 25 pounders or priests. And I believe all doctrines have been selected by the Royal Engineer player. Got a massive munitions float. He should not have gone for Crocodile. He should have gone for AVRE. And start spamming that thing out. Warfman's now raining on in, getting some great damage all across the line. Central VP has not been repaired just yet. Let's switch back to the Panzer League player, because not Panzer League player. Ooh. The Wehrmacht player has lost his HQ, can't deploy out any rocket barrages. He does have enough munitions for it. Nice crossroads making their advance. It does get some great damage there, thanks to the heavy cover as well. The lieutenant needs to fall back. The lieutenant is going to be exposed. And it's also a handful of British landmines there, but something else you can spend the munitions on if you have extra munitions. Just start spamming out landmines. Over here, we got the scope rifles capturing the point. Looks like all of these tank traps have been cleaned up. May have been by the Churchill. There's another down Panther right there as well. Or saw a Panther carcass. You saw it go down earlier. But can be recovered by a Burgundy gun. Warferman's raining on in. Annihilates the captured MG42.
Unit has died a hero.
And the Goliath with the damaged engine is still alive. Somehow, a Goliath with the damaged engine has not gone down.
Attention.
And speaking of which, it won't be able to quickly reposition and engage these forces, so he has to rely. And there was no response there, and there was definitely one sapper squad going down. Now that's a landmine. Firefly skirmishing around. There's of course a Piet on this Panzergrenadier squad. No Panzerschreck. This one does of course have the Panzerschreck. And a central VP has been repaired. They could try capturing it, or they could try scorching it. Goes incendiary grenade there. He has a lot of munitions stockpiled up. Great hit there. He can scorch it. Receives another hit there. He's scorching it. Does not lose a squad either.
Veterans engaged.
Tank efficiency has been researched. So now he does have Vet 1 Panthers. One thing they could do is stall a bit of time. Their opponents are mostly composed of infantry and support weapons. If both players get out a large wave of Panthers, then they can overwhelm what few Fireflies they have in order to overrun the HQs. And here comes a massive Warfman barrage. They do stop the repair of the central HQ. Good hits there onto the Panthers. Wehrmacht Panthers supports Panzer League Panthers. The third Panthers are advancing as well. This Panther may go down, receive a lot of hits there. I think there's armor-piercing rounds on top of the 17 powder. The Wehrmacht Panther sort of body blocked his buddy's Panther as well. The Firefly is not being hauled down. It does receive an AT grenade there. Churchill Crocodile receiving quite a bit of fire, so is the command tank. Hummels are supporting in as well. We may see a Warferman barrage relatively soon. Here's the Warferman. Bet 3 elite vehicles for the Wehrmacht player. And the command tank will likely go down. And both those vehicles go down as well. So now just a 17-pounders for defensive purposes, as well as a handful of Piets, which I don't really hold a lot of stock in Piets myself. And somehow these sandbags are still alive from the Wehrmacht player. Not crushed, not destroyed, not anything like that. Panzergrenadiers, not Panzergrenadiers, Knights Cross Holders, Veteran Team 3 could engage these Piet squads. There's only one scope rifle there, 2 lieutenants. And of course, we got the sector artillery in this region, trying to hit those lieutenants now. Scope rifles, trying to repair up the command point. And now we got some more sector artillery raining on top of the Panthers, the airburst rounds. Big wave infantry pushing the way forward. Knights Cross Holders could get overwhelmed by all those forces. And more explosions raining on in right there. These forces are actually eyeing for the northern VP. If they can't secure the southern VP, the middle VP, they can go for the northern VP, which is actually a good idea to rotate around. We do have, appears to be an MG bunker here, but here comes the Warfmans getting spotting for all these forces. Rocket barrage? No. Sector artillery? No, that's officer artillery raining on it. These forces, some of them are getting suppressed down. And does find the booby trap there. He does respond to the booby trap, which delays just long enough for the Knights Cross Holders to respond. These forces will not be able to deal with these Knights Cross Holders with the support of the 222s. And the British forces do fall back. On some of the map, we do have these scope rifles. Can't secure that central VP. The Wehrmacht player may want to get an IMG bunker to keep that location repair secure, and that is actually a repair bunker, not an MG bunker. So my mistake. Unless it was a misclick, and that should have been a MG bunker, and he actually selected the repair bunker upgrade. Good hits there. Firefly does receive a hit there, and the 2-2 does go down. That's a bet 3 to the 2. That 2-2 all should have just kept up here to prevent that point from going down. It will annihilate infantry, and at this point in time, it's really hard to keep that thing alive in the center of the map. Warfmans lining on up. It will be here, or will it be over here? Looks like in the center of the map, trying to stop that point from being repaired. And looks like they largely missed their repair sapper. Knights Cross Holders should be able to get more than away, however. But 25-pounders are raining in this region as well, and that may be officer artillery. Great hits there, suppressing, pinning that entire region. And here comes the rest of officer artillery, annihilates the Knights Cross Holders. And now we got the stun grenade ability being used in Knights Cross Holders. Armor break suppression. Captain is not firing his revolver, while the Knights Cross Holders are going to take some pot shots. Scope rifles should be able to finish it off. Designated marksman will quickly pick him off. And the captain has gone down. The report is repaired, but not captured. Fresh, not so fresh Panthers pushing the way forward. That is a Hummel back there. And he has held down this Firefly. It looks like 2 of those. Oh! Panther hopped behind the Firefly. Warfman's raining on in. Does get 1 wipe there, 2 wipes there. More Warfman's raining on in. Getting some great hits there on the Piet squads. He's still capturing the point. There's a Panzer here to disable that point as well. Firefly has gone down. Command tank is being focused down now. Best scorch the point, and does scorch it in time. A lot of casualties can be recovered. All the medics are charging on forward. Lieutenant will get gunned down there. And the Panthers do back away in time. This Panther is also quite wounded, but being repaired by his teammates Pioneers. Very nice. And by the repair bunker.
Ready.
Direct hit on the scope rifles, one's full squad wipe, one almost squad wipe. And the next rounds could actually follow up and hit that region as well. Hear more explosions. And looks like the Royal Engineer player, he's going back out the game. I guess he ran out of time for this game. Now his name calling his teammate as well. I mean, he walked into the Goliath later on, so... That's crossholders receive some fire there from these forces. Piets are raining on in as well. Good hits there. Ooh, that's a lot of artillery raining on that point there. Panzer Grenadiers are forced to fall back. Panthers still squirting around. 2 infantry kills there. Knights crossholders, no kills. Severely wounded. And while now more and more Warframen's going to be raining on in soon enough as well. Officer artillery now raining on in. He's warding out his own forces. He's pretty damn... No, that's actually registered artillery. Never mind. Here comes a Warframen barrage raining on in. Trying to repair up the central VP. Getting some deadly hits there onto the Royal Artillery player. And looks like the Royal Engineer player has backed out of the game. Great hits there, but it gets annihilated by his own airburst sector artillery. And yep, and with his teammate back in the game, it's likely going to be the end of the game relatively shortly, because I don't think the AI can help brutally support against this formation, but the amount of artillery he has there, the AI getting increased manpower income could actually be very useful to provide just fodder for the artillery. So this game could be pretty far from over. AI has taken over. Panthers start making their advance. We do have the Fireflies. The Fireflies won't last very long, nor the command tank. If the AI could just spam out infantry, that's all they need. This is going to start repairing up the central feet. No, that's a booby trap there. And the Firefly's almost down. Could go down to the creeping barrage. Good hits there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. One of the Panzer Grenadiers have gone down. Looks like got more of the creeping barrage running on in. Here comes the Warframen barrage.
Our base is under attack.
Warframen barrage onto the AI's HQ. Not very effective barrage right there. Pound trucks are making their advance. We've got 2 scope rifles engaging, getting some good hits there onto the 17-pounder of the AI. It does get it decrewed, and those are actually not incendiary grenades, but AT grenades. Central point is decaptured, and the AI is vulnerable to booby traps. They don't respond to them all too well.
We're losing territory.
Stewart and command tank push the way forward. Easy pickings for the Panthers. This one also has been upgraded with 1 level of accuracy, if I should see. And the Pendulum Mount is firing in a full 360 behind them. Command tank will go down no problem. And there is an MG bunker up here to make sure that remains secure. Sector artillery has also been called on in this region. Command tank has gone down, and now the Stuart.
We are losing ground.
Over here, the Warfamens do travel in herds. And Stuart will go down shortly. The artillery is now running in from the Royal Artillery player.
The enemy is
And now got
seizing our
Panzer Grenadiers
territory.
even streaming in, capturing up this point. I think that's Panzer Grenadiers. Nope, like the Knights Crossholders. Medics charging forward as well. There's a lot of down casualties right there. Wonder what happened there. The AI is now trying to repair up the central VP.
Target destroyed!
It does take out all those forces. Firefly does go down.
Yeah, Captain.
And yeah, here comes a Warframe barrage onto the artillery, or the emplacements.
Go ahead.
Just a artillery piece.
Gun ready. Gun ready.
Does take out the 25-pounder. 70-pounder severely wounded
We're
as
losing
well.
territory.
And that is the Royal Artillery's Stuart tank. Perhaps eyeing for some canister rounds. Now Stuart won't last all too well. Got sector artillery now raining on top of these Knights Crossholders against the severe damage in. Those utilize a stun grenade ability. Get them all stunned there, but still able to repair the point while stunned. Stuart does go down. Panther's charging on forward. Getting hits there on the Truehouse Center. Truehouse Center, or Casualty Clearing Station, Casualty Clearing Station's almost down. PS moving their way forward. We got the Wehrmacht Panther supporting the Panzer League Panthers. Does receive a button there, but not likely to go down anytime soon. Though actually, no, these PS are actually in the region. Fires 2 shots. One hit. One, I think, missed. Good hits there. Knights Crossholders are now going to be pursuing the Piet squad. That VP is still scorched. And right now there are 3 Panzer Elites and another Goliath in this defense position. The Warfamens are traveling on a herd towards the southern point, perhaps trying to barrage some of these more of these emplacements. Up north, we do got a Panther engaging the AI Stuart tank once again. Goes down. And there is some British landmines still in the region. 70-pounder has not been repaired on up. It's being repaired up by a Piet squad now, as the scope rifle squad is making its advance, not healed up. Panther is starting engaging the truck of the AI. Both of the truck of the AI does have damaged engine. Hello. And we do got the Warfman barrage raining on, takes out the engineer, or sapper, takes out the 17-pounder. And now more and more 25-pounders are raining on in. 4 Panthers making their advance. And we do have a scope rifle charging on forward for some odd reason. It will be suppressed by the defense players MG. Slowly. Panthers making their way forward, trying to engage these 25-pounders. Yep. Since that one person left and the AI taking over, my fear of the AI just spamming out infantry attacking everywhere has been not a good prediction. The truck does go down for the AI.
Losing a sector.
So yeah, with this, the game's pretty much over. And he's still salty about being called a map hacker. So let's go ahead and fast forward the game, because this game is pretty much wrong. Well, not wrong, done. All the trucks are now down. I think just going to just let the tickets bleed out at this point in time. I see the amount of time left in the game, but I don't think he's really going to try. Firefly goes down. He really did not like being called a map hacker.
Base under enemy fire.
Enemy mortar unit taking out.
The enemy has 300 points.
Yep. Fresh trucks going down from the AI, I'm assuming. Nope, that was by both players. He managed to keep his headquarters truck alive. And, yep.
Target destroyed.
And there we go. Got annihilated in the end. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching.